Amen to moisture in our dry desert here. So, happy Mother's Day. And you may think that's all we're celebrating today, but we are also celebrating Doodah Day, which is a pet parade festival in Birmingham, Alabama. International Chihuahua Appreciation Day, National Bruce Day. Do we have any Bruces here? Is Bruce Green in here? I know we have one Bruce. National Biscuit Day, National Decency Day. Imagine that have National Decency Day. National Home Day. And prepare tomorrow's Parents Week. Little did they know. My name is Rick Kitzman. I'll be your host for today. Welcome. And just a couple of things. One in particular is cell phones. So if you have one, please put that on vibrate silent. And if it goes off, we have our sergeant of arms, of course, Sarah, who will pick it up and deposit it somewhere downstairs. And you don't want to go downstairs. Kept hearing Harry Potter. Very sweet. We have some acknowledgments here which we started almost a year ago now. Over a year, probably. And it's an effort on our part to become more engaged with our community and to acknowledge the communities that have been here before us. So one of them is the land acknowledgement. And we want to acknowledge that this is the indigenous land of the Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Ute peoples. And it's important for us to name, that's what we're doing. Their legacy matters because this was their sacred ground, and it is made more holy for Althea because of it. To ensure that this land acknowledgement is more than a statement only, Althea looks for opportunities to be impactful partners. And our building is home to two nonprofit organizations. These communities are Spirit of Sun and Sisters of Color, United in Education, whose work through activism, programming, and education is very impactful. Did I read that one? Yes. So we try to walk our talk, and I know that's difficult sometimes to do. Also, we have an affirmation of diversity. We affirm that we are a community of diverse spiritual seekers. We are growing in diversity of race, gender, and sexual orientation, age, ethnicity, backgrounds, physical abilities. We are evolving in consciousness. We embrace unity, oneness, and community. And that's what our founders were all about, is oneness. We're ever more aware of past and present biases and atrocities, and are committed to being an open and safe place for seekers to further their journey on a spiritual path forward, awaiting the spirit of oneness. Oneness. And that's what we're here to experience, to grow, to accept. I've already had my lessons for the day, so our prayer partners. Feel the love. So do we have any newcomers here today? First timers? Welcome. One of our board members, Barbara Bale, is going to be handing out a flower, and these are to welcome you, and so that we know that you are new here, and that we can embrace you with warmth and welcome. And also lunch is on us today, so if you can stay and join us, that would be great. If you can't stay today, then certainly when you come back, have lunch on us. So please do. So welcome. Thank you so much for sharing your day with us. There's one more. Okay, so welcome.
Our speaker, is it her first time?
Is it your first time here? Jazwierska, Jazwierska. I've been practicing. So, well, Mary. All right, let's move on. We will move on to our statement of being. Oh, no, I'm doing an opening prayer. Yeah. All right, opening prayer. All right, so let's just take a breath or two, or 3 or 4. It's kind of hard to stop. But really breathe deep from your gut. And when you exhale, just feel your shoulders sink and drop. And one more deep breath and just let the day, the week, those wacky drivers, forgive them, let them go. Let the week go, the month, the year, and be right here, just in this beautiful sanctuary on this beautiful day, celebrating our beautiful mothers and really celebrating life. Your life, so unique. Never will ever be anyone like you, never has been, never will be. What a treasure each and every one of us is. And let us celebrate that. Yes, we know life is tough, it has challenges, but oh, the beauties it presents. For each and every one of us is a manifestation of that divine allness, oneness, spirit, mind, God, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. Great Spirit, Shiva, Yahweh. It goes by any name and every name, for it really has no name, it just is. It is this oneness, this presence, this energy, this force that lives within each and every one of us. And there are no exceptions. There are no exceptions. And so, yes, we come here today to celebrate together within this space, created for us by women of incredible integrity and knowledge and wisdom. And we are the beneficiaries. And we are the beneficiaries of life made manifest in each and every one of us. And so as we celebrate that mother energy today, let us know that we are one with it. And it is that force of birthing, of creating, of infinite creation. And we are each one with that mother force, with the Gaia, with the feminine divinity, for we come from it, and we are it. And so knowing all of this inherently, let us give thanks for simply being here with each other, for being alive, for being aware, for being who we are, for being in this beautiful city, state, nation, country, world, universe. Let us give thanks, each in our own hearts, for being alive. And so with another deep breath, let us just let everything else go and just concentrate on the beauty of being alive. And together we say, and so it is. Statement. And face it. And do we have Anna here?
Yeah, I'm here. You want to do the statement of being?
Yes, I have statement of being. It's always an adventure. I have statement of being Chris Parenti Rios, and face of God, Chris, and reading from Anna Julia Rose.
Surprise! Happy Mother's Day! I lost my mom to Alzheimer's several years ago. And Mother's Day of that same year, I met my husband. And he's watching. He's also the volunteer coordinator.
Yes.
He's watching from North Carolina right now. One of those. And in one final beautiful synchronicity, my mother-in-law, her name is Betty, which was my mother's name. Love you, Mom. So I ask you now to rise as you're able and join us in our statement of faith. God is all, both invisible and visible, one presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And now we see the face of God. You are the face of God. I know you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I know you in my heart. You're my family. You are the face of God.
Okay. And yes, welcome to all of those who are joining us via the miracle of technology today. So welcome to those of you on Facebook or who might in the future see us on a recorded version of today's service. So you are very much a part of us as we are our featured musician. Pardon? What? Oh.
It's a pleasure to come up here when y'all are already laughing.
I have a flight on to take that.
Oh, man. Oh, my. Very thankful to all the mamas, all the people who love the mamas. Thank you to my mama. So I wrote something, and it was from the angels. Like, I talked to angels, and they kind of spoke through me, and they wanted me to read this for you. And they also wanted me to tell you that everyone who's hearing my voice right now, this is for you, this is them to you. And it's just I'll just start. When you hear music, we are in music, singing for you. Whatever you feel, we are with you. Be honest. When you are honest with yourself, we are honest with you and unto you. When you are brave, we back you up, supporting you. When you are scared, we are holding you. When you are sick, we kiss your crown. When you are crying, we are proud of you. When you are your most authentic self, we are beaming. When you listen to your intuition, that is spirit gently guiding you. When you feel stuck, we're able to see into your future, where freedom of movement exists. Be patient, practice faith. When you are in pain, we understand that it is good for you. It has a purpose, and you will understand that too someday. When you feel alone, you are never alone. We are always with you. When you are confused, we have clarity of understanding, and you too will in time. You will too in time. When you are breathless, we will give you more breath. When you let go instead of reacting, you are closer to us, for that is what we do. When you love unconditionally, that is what we do, and you can understand how we feel about you. There is nothing you can do that will make us leave you. How you feel in your heart right now, that is true love, and we reside there. When you laugh, it is like music for us. When you are angry, we are patient with you. When you feel shame, we are instantly forgiving of you. There is no such thing as a judgmental angel. We love you deeply in each and every moment for all eternity. When you are good and loving towards all others, this opens doors for all of us everywhere, and everything flows better. When you feel lost, we see you and where you are. When you feel doubt, we have faith for you. When you ask for clarity, we are your eyes and ears. Love yourself. When you love yourself, we know we are doing our job well done. And finally, when you need to feel loved, know we are yours to love. And understand that you are ours to love, and we love you. That's it.
That was beautiful. Okay, let me look at the script. Featured musician. Our featured musician is Naomi Peoples, a 7th grader at the Girls Athletic Leadership School in Denver. Naomi is an actor, vocalist, pianist, volleyball, libero. What's a libero?
It's just the person who dies from fall.
No, she's a diver. Okay. And big sister to Goldie the Dachshund. Her proud parents are Ginny and Pete, whom you will often see lurking around. I like that. Naomi wants to go to Harvard Law School and medical school, become a neurologist. Then she can get those license plates that say JD empty. Very well. And she wants to perform on Broadway, and then she'll have a Tony Award attached to her attachment. Stay tuned to see how it all shakes out. Please welcome Naomi Peoples.
Bye.
Well, we can't help falling in love with you too. Good Lord, thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you going to sing the second song? Yeah, she's going to. All right, our featured speaker today is Zemirah Jazwierska. She is an ordained minister through Centers for Spiritual Living, overseeing interfaith, affinity groups, and new members. She has a master's degree in consciousness studies from the Home School of Spiritual Leadership. She worked as a licensed school psychologist in the public school system for 21 years. She is a heart map biofeedback practitioner and is presently training with Sound University London to become certified in sound healing with the Alchemy Crystal Gemstone Bowls, as we can see here. Her passions include building interfaith bridges and community, as well as supporting kids and adults in overcoming anxiety. She's the author behind the blog www.kidsrelaxation.net, and in her free time, you can find her on spiritual pilgrimage, reading, hiking, spending time with family, or playing her alchemy crystal bowls. Please welcome Zemirah Jazwierska.
Good morning. Good morning. Give me a moment here to get over. You know, I can back up now. I have paper, I have this, I have over here, just in case we don't have the talk show up, because that happened to me in ministerial school. I got halfway through the talk and then I realized it hadn't loaded. Improv. So what a joy it is to be here in this amazing building. I can feel the essence of the pillars of New Thought just by being present in this place today. We stand and you can feel that energy all around us. So it is quite an honor to be invited to be with you today. And I want to say happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Naomi, for that gorgeous song. Really, really beautiful. And happy Mother's Day to each of you who serve as mothers and who are mothers and in some way may care in the role of mothering for others. And so we're celebrating and holding you all in reverence this morning. And my message is holy love and divine harmony. And in our time together, we're going to explore the essence of the divine feminine. As you will come to see, we will also be exploring and holding reverent the divine masculine. For they are in each one of us. And these energies are the interior landscape of the inner workings of our soul. And so as they exist, as we all know, beyond any construct of gender, they are simply those archetypal energies that we draw upon in order to guide our expression in the world. And I believe that they hold within them. Am I speaking doubly?
There we go.
Okay, and because I believe that they hold within them this guidance as to how we can live in harmony to inform our choices and our activity in the world. Joseph Campbell, the famous mythologist, observed through his work that humans are seeking a myriad of ways to achieve meaning and purpose in our lives, but that ultimately our deepest desire has to. I'm very breathy. Just need breath. Down. This is better. There you go.
Put
If you
down
want
the
to turn me off, I'll use this. Use this a little bit here. How's that? Very nice. Yes. I don't have to puff too much. Okay. But that Joseph Campbell, in his watching and observing humans, he said that beyond, at the very base, at the root of all of us, that we have this desire to live totally and completely free, expressing from our untethered souls in the fullness of our being, living from that space inside of us, our divine beingness. And in our journey together today, we're going to land in a space of contemplation, in a space of consideration of what holy love means. That love within us that has the ability to neutralize any polarization, that has the ability to transcend dogma, and also is interwoven through any faith tradition that we might choose to seek and to explore in order to practice until we feel that saturation of holy love awakened within us at the heart of each one of you. See, I believe, and many of us, I believe, probably here as well, that as we move and walk in a spiritual way in the world, that our world has the potential to be healed, to be from our embrace, our embodiment, and our application of that qualities of the divine feminine. As we bring ourselves simultaneously back into wholeness, into the awareness of wholeness, and into the awareness of the balance of the feminine and masculine energies within, we too can bring the planet and our relationship with each other and within ourselves back into balance at the same time. However, we are here today to celebrate that divine matrix of creation, that divine substance within that gives birth to all existence. But I want to give a little disclaimer that I'm not here to suggest that we do this at the expense of the divine masculine. I'm here to suggest that we do it in bringing into harmony and interweaving dance with the feminine and masculine energies within us. We can use our awareness to balance these. So many of us have experienced growing up, maybe if you did grow up here in the Western world, as I did, that we're very versed in the masculine. It has been kind of our go-to energy for such a long time, for taking action, for moving forward, for building form. But as we all know, in the imbalanced state, it looks like striving and pushing and grabbing to create, and it can look in the extreme imbalance as aggression and force and control and dominance. We can also have an imbalance of our feminine energy too, can we not? I don't know if you've experienced kind of maybe even during the times of the pandemic where we were all in the space of not doing very much, but there can be too much non-doing, where we really don't want to have to get off the couch or to make a movement, and there's just such a lovely sense of being. Why would I move at all? I just want to stay here and bask in that yummy feeling, that sensuality of the feminine within. But when imbalanced, then we're unable to get out and to take the action that's needed. And when we refuse to sow seeds, there's no harvest to reap. We can learn, and that's what we're going to explain and examine together today, is the divine dance of these energies, of the masculine and feminine, and we can embrace the work necessary to face the discomfort that comes of changing our ways. Because as we begin to shift and to balance the feminine and the masculine as they move and dance together, what comes up are those parts of ourselves that haven't been in balance and in harmony and in the dance of the divine masculine and the feminine. And we can build the soul stamina necessary to stand in the discomfort, to face the pain that may be dormant within, to push through the shadow and the hurt that has come forth as we face those, and we can be with those energies to reveal our deeper natures and in turn to reach through to that sense of holy love. Australian spiritual teacher Alana Fairchild writes about an old story about the sun and the wind, and they were in debate as to who is more powerful. After those two got their prowess, they made a wager. And just at that moment, a man began walking down the street in front of them wearing a coat, and they said, which one of us can force that coat off the man is the more powerful. And so the wind began demonstrating its impressive strength and tremendous power. It blew and it caught underneath the coat and pulled it. It nearly ripped it right off the man. But what do you know, the man, he just took the coat and he put it a little bit closer, grabbed it, and he stood the force of the wind. And eventually the wind, perhaps temporarily out of puff, gave up. And the sun took over. The sun shone down. And the sun just did what the sun does, becoming brighter and brighter and brighter until the man simply slipped off his coat. Wondering what in the world probably is going on with the weather today, but the wind attempted to do by force what the sun was able to do by being. What a metaphor for our times. As we surrender to our forcefulness and our determination and the intensity in which we have activity, even for just a moment in time, we can let go of achievement to take a pause. We can begin to understand a different way of manifestation. So how can we begin to create without wearing ourselves out and exhausting our resources? How can we begin to shine from our inner being, cultivating our presence to invite that which we wish to receive into our life from a place of energetic affinity? You know, when we get out of balance, I believe, if we go that way for a long time, there's parts in us that feel that aren't fed and not attuned to. I believe we can trust the universe will guide us back. And it may look a little bit like life falling apart, you know, for a while. And I don't know about you, but I've experienced this in a myriad of ways, some of which feel more like a cyclone of healing that comes in. But each time there is a reckoning of sorts, where you have to look hard in those moments at the way you're living, at the choices you're making, and what your values are. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of hobbled up here. It's not my usual way of being, but I had one of those reckoning moments occur in my life quite recently. I was in a state of going, creating, doing, building, connecting. I like those bridges, as it said in the thing. I love to build bridges. I love to get out there and make those connections and find out what can we do in this amazing planet that we live in. But I was hurried. And I was screwing to create at such a level that the universe swept in and knocked me out my keister to remedy the situation. And so, on St. Patrick's Day this year, I had the experience of breaking my first bone, my right patella. I didn't know what a patella was until I broke it, but it is your kneecap. And no, it wasn't that I didn't pay my bills and the gangsters came in and helped me out with that. It wasn't that. It wasn't as exotic that I was jumping out of a plane in Bali, although that would have been so romantic of a story, wouldn't it? It was that I was taking out the trash. And it came to be that it was both literally and figuratively. I've always said that if you catch me house cleaning, there is something amiss within my soul. Because I don't tend to really dive in when I feel super stressed and I need to have control over something. And usually there's plenty of things when I'm not a housekeeper by inherent nature to take care of. And so, I don't like it that bad, really. I mean, really, I don't. But when I do, obsession takes over. And not only do I start scrubbing the baseboards and cleaning the grout, I start repotting the plants and adjusting the feng shui of the room. That's why I don't do it mostly, because that takes a whole lot of time in order to get all of that in order, you know. But that weekend I was turning 50 years old, so I wanted to have some friends over. Some beloved friends that are even in the room today. And I found, as I was cleaning this old mop, and I thought to myself, that old thing, that needs to retire. So I threw it out in the garage, and I thought, I'll get to that later. Several hours later, after I had repotted every plant in my bathroom, I was heading out with this big bag of trash, some of which included ceramic pots that I should have been recycling, but I wasn't. I was putting them in the trash can, and Universe remedies that too, does it not? I'm carrying it out, and the bag starts to rip. And I was wearing hiking boots, not because it was so dirty in my house, but I was wearing hiking boots because I needed to take the dog out after I was finished with my cleaning. So when the bag starts to rip, I start to run, and I tear out into that garage, and wouldn't you know, I forgot that mop. That silly mop was on the floor, and it took me out. It totally took me out, and I landed face down in my trash, in my garage. And for a moment I sat there and thought, kind of like a cartoon character, right? Like, what just happened? Shaking the stars out. I was grateful I wasn't dead, and I wasn't bleeding to death alone in my garage with all that broken glass. Not a cut, but I knew I had done it, because when I went to stand on this leg, it didn't work. It wouldn't stand. And I'd never broken anything, but I thought, oh, this can't be good. It can't be good if you can't use it. So I dragged it in the house and called my daughter. And I broke my right kneecap. And for those of you who are versed in, the body and the healing of the body, or if you read Louise Hay, there's multiple meanings on multiple levels as to what the knee stands for. A lot of inflexibility, a lot of in not wanting to shift, stuck in the ego, pride, needing to do forgiveness, all of those things. I mean, there were just a few meanings. But if you also are versed, you will also know that the right side of the body tends to be identified with the masculine, and the left side of the body with the feminine, because we receive and we give. Receive and give. Effectively, I had immobilized my masculine right leg. So the universe was saying to me several things. You might have already extracted them. Slow down. Learn how to receive. Learn how to just be with what you're feeling. Be present with what is. Learn to be gentle with yourself, especially when you've made a mistake or had an accident. And for God's sakes, cleaning is not only a challenge, but it's downright dangerous. I've experienced in the really shadow moments of life, in those challenging moments, when you only are knowing the hard work, the intense focus, the drive, that it can feel so vulnerable, if not downright terrifying, to let go and to fall into that feminine state of receiving. And so I was given the ultimate opportunity to sit still and to metaphysically take out the trash that was presently showing up in various ways in my experience. And through my own contemplation and spiritual practices, the journaling, the reflecting on my life for 4 solid weeks without being able to drive or to bend my leg, I was humbled. I had to ask for help with absolutely everything, from the getting water from the kitchen to getting the groceries to getting myself one week I had to have 8 rides to various places that I had to arrange to and from. And I even needed help putting on my socks. I had to extend. I had to extend my network of friends. I had to open up, and I had to allow gratitude to begin to bloom within me at a level that was hugely uncomfortable and supremely vulnerable. Especially, I don't know if those of you are out there like me who really feel and thrive on being independent, almost to the extreme. And maybe life has aligned in those ways that have even asked you to be fully independent. I was an only parent for many years. I was the masculine and feminine energy in the role of parenting. And that in and of itself, and the way that our collective society and culture that we live in around here asks us to firmly be that doing masculine, more masculine-oriented self that is very independent. And I experienced in those days with the Course in Miracles, one of my favorite quotes from the entire thing, is that in my defenselessness, my true safety lies. Because I began to have to reach deep to sense that safety that comes from inner fortitude, from not only being with myself 24/7 without a lot of noise for distraction, but I was called to really work on that inner relationship, both with the divine and with my own self in all of its pieces. So I'd like to take a moment right now, maybe do a slight inventory of your own life. You know, take a consideration, looking within, how are you engaging the feminine and masculine within your own life in these present times? And what might be called within you to be trim-tabbed back into a little balance? Maybe even a little more strength and assertiveness, pulling from the divine masculine, or maybe even a little more receptivity and grace, and you invite in the divine feminine. We can bring all of these into balance, and some of the ways, I'm just going to put them into our container this morning, and then we're going to move into a deeper meditation. Hopefully you all picked up a crystal on the way in, and you get to decide which one holds the masculine, which one holds the feminine for you. And you get to decide which hand each one of them go into. Because those crystalline forms are able to hold the vibration of our intention. Should we decide what it is that we want to program to ask of those vibrational beings, which I have several in form right here. So you'll be able to hold those, and you can continue to hold them as we move through the message this morning. The masculine essence being of strength, courage, power, determination, creation, and initiative, just to name a few of those qualities, those divine qualities, is focused on supporting creation and deepening higher consciousness, expanded awareness, and witnessing and mindfulness, taking clear, decisive action that is also mindful of others. And so as you move into spiritual practices to balance the divine masculine, you may consider things such as self-observation, stillness meditation, emptying your mind, entering a cave, so to speak. Finding ways to minimize distractions, to pause and inquiry, to meditate on a mountain, to attend a meditation in a zendo. Because when you engage with discipline, something like creating a calendar and marking it off one by one as you engage in your spiritual practice each day, you build a sense within yourself of trust and follow-through, and a celebration of taking action that can polish the divine masculine within you. And to balance the divine feminine, you can notice that it's not about force in any way. We've been, the more force we use to make things happen, the more we move out of imbalance with the divine feminine. So with the balancing of the feminine, you move into gentleness, into your tapping into your creative power, to an essence of manifesting through your own vibrational field. How many of you have wanted to call something forth in life, and the message is, be that which you are calling in? That's what it's speaking to, is that within yourself, you create the vibrational match for that which you are inviting in. I loved so much what you said about meeting your beautiful partner on Mother's Day, Chris. You became that vibrational match for that love that you called in so beautifully. And so we become balancing the feminine is about creating our ability to receive, our vision to know what we're calling for, and to already feel the abundance. I'm sure what that sound was, but anyway, to talk about minimizing distractions. So you soften, relax, and you feel as if you already have that which you are bringing in. Spiritual practices to enhance the divine feminine energies are singing, chanting, dancing, celebrating, engaging the healing arts, giving and receiving compassionate service and communion with nature. If any of those just lit up like a spark in your field, then take that one home and try it on this week. And maybe that's a little bit of a note from the universe that you are called to move in that direction. See, I think as we move in the balancing of the feminine and the masculine, you see how it dances together. You see that figure 8 that moves like the beautiful flower of life. I wrote flower of life and I had no idea it was the symbol of this beautiful community. But as you see the different directions of how you are able to tap into, and then the more that you balance, the more you're able to respond and to discern within yourself. Oh, a little bit more masculine, a little bit more feminine, and to move in that continuum. And as we move in that continuum, I really believe that it distills us down into the mandala that is our being. It distills us down into what the tradition of Buddhism refers to as our Buddha nature. And from that place, discernment becomes the way in which we move and have our being in the world. Because we are in touch with that connection place from deep within, that essence of who we are. So from that place, we move out into our being. It's what we speak about when we talk about that oneness, right? When we're able to really tap into our divine nature, we become in the world but not of it. We know the energies that are needed in any given notice, in any given moment, and we're able to sense the dual nature of our experiences, but we're able to sense beyond this duality that we're experiencing in our human experience and tap into that ground of being. Pierce the veil so that there is no subject and object. Those disappear. Zen Master Suzuki Roshi wrote, "To live in the realm of our Buddha nature means to die as a small being, moment after moment. To be at one is to be spiritually awake, and to ultimately move beyond the individual. The Zen master steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself." So as we integrate the masculine and the feminine, it supports us in letting go of otherization or separation, this unhealthy sense of individualization and grandiosity, this one-up viewpoints that are at work so much in our world today, that cause divisiveness, that cause an imbalance of individualization. We lose touch with the fact that there's an us, that there's a we. Relationship expert Terence Real writes in his latest book, Us, "We need a new paradigm, one that is ecological and relational, one that moves us from exclusive to inclusive, from independent to interdependent, from dominant to collaborating with one another, with the earth and with our own selves. Nature has neither rewards nor punishments, it has consequences. In this moment right here, right now, our actions matter. How we think, how we see ourselves in the world matters. With our partners, with our children, with our neighbors, within our own minds, we can redeem or we can violate. The choice is ours. So as you continue to balance the feminine and the masculine energies within you, continually deepening into the discernment that comes from navigating life through balance, you will drop into that spaciousness. We all will. We'll drop into that spaciousness of the one. As Ernest Holmes wrote in the Science of Mind text, Spirit is the Father, Mother, God, because it is the principle of unity back of all things. The masculine and feminine principles both come from the one. Spirit is all life, truth, love, being, cause, and effect. Spirit is all. The center and the circumference. Everything that exists. The manifest, the unmanifest. And Jesus said, Yeshua, When you make the male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be the male and the female will not be the female, then you shall enter the kingdom. The kingdom is our state of being. It's our pure consciousness. It's beyond the object and the subject. It's that place of holy love. And so this morning, we are going to move into a meditation with that holy love. And I'm going to invite the archetype of the Divine Mother in her brilliance, in her energy, because I believe that that very archetype holds the template as she shows up again and again to awaken the healing presence within us. Healing is a revealing of our inherent nature, as we say in New Thought. That she can be that map, that personal guidance plan as to how we can feel truly loved, how we can feel that sense of being held, embraced, nourished, nurtured, sheltered, lifted up, inspired, and cared for so completely. She is the ultimate connector, this holy love, this essence of the divine. And so on this Mother's Day, perhaps you can begin to hold those crystals in your hand. And you can take this moment to connect within your own heart, getting in touch what it feels like to be truly held. You can take refuge in that divine essence within you, allowing it to care for you so completely. And as I play the crystal bowls, in a moment, you can allow whatever it is your intention to be fully held within those crystals. As you allow the sound vibrations to move through, just be with your own heart. And as I'm playing, Kevin's going to read some offerings, some prayers to the Divine Mother. Words of reflection from Mirabai Star, and the iconography from William Hart McNichols will be on the screen.
Most Holy Mother of all people, erase the lines we have drawn to separate us, nation from nation, tribe against tribe. Melt our frozen hearts so that we can love again. Filled with the Holy Spirit who flows in your wake, how can we possibly make war against our brothers and sisters? Safe in your embrace, how could we hold onto any concept of other? Blessed One, we join our voice with yours, that your message of peace and justice may penetrate the troubled minds of all leaders. Let the children of all countries of the world be one. Universal Mother, teach me to love the Holy One as you love the Holy One, with utter abandon. Teach me to pray as you pray, without words or concepts to hinder my connection with my beloved. Teach me to serve the world as you do, serenely smiling through tears of blood. Let the peace you proclaim come at last, blanketing the earth like snow, permeating the thirsty land with penetrating roots of all nations, so that a new season of goodness may burst into bloom everywhere. Everywhere.
May the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you be in divine harmony so that you may know holy love. And so it is. I would invite you as you go out today to please select a beautiful flower in honor of Mother's Day, but also in honor of the continual renewing and transforming and expanding of your own soul. Happy Mother's Day.
All right. Wow. I don't know what to say following that, other than let's open our hearts and be generous to the Althea community. It is time to give from our hearts, so ushers, if you want to take your baskets and start passing them around, please. Yes, it is time to give from the heart, always. And we have a variety of ways that you can do this. Of course, greenbacks are always welcome. We have our tip jar in the back. And I hear you have to put it in 10 times before it actually works. I don't know who told me that. Probably, I don't know, board member. The treasurer did this. And you can also become an evergreen member, and you can donate online as well. Oh, and for those of you who are not technically challenged, we have a, what do you call it? QR code, let's see. All right, ushers, if you'll come forward. And we will offer these gifts to the universe, and we have our universal affirmation here on the board or on the program. The universe provides all that I need and all that I give. With great joy, I share my prosperity and seeds for the world. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Now is the time we also take to do prayers of the people and a notebook. So this is the time when we open it up to the congregation to ask for prayers for themselves, a loved one, the universe, the country, and their neighborhood, their pup, their kitty cat, their pet of any kind, a health issue, or a prayer of gratitude. So don't be shy. Yes, Kendar? Go ahead, use this. That way it'll be on record.
I'd like to pray for some divine resolution for the gun situation and the gun control and the divine light and eternal prayer.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Steve, and our friend Andy is in the hospital. We just found out last night. We're not sure what's wrong with him, but we just like prayers for him.
Thank you, Steve.
Hello, I would like to ask for prayers for two dear friends of mine that are going through mold toxicity right now, and it's just kicking off such an autoimmune response, and there's such a lack of safety and distrust in their bodies and in their homes, and it's just something that I'm seeing a lot more throughout, so just wishing for peace and great balance for them.
What are their names?
Elisa and Emily.
And what's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Who else? Okay. Thank you, one and all, and the foundation of Althea really is affirmative prayer. So if you are so inclined, we have a form at our website, altheacenter.org, and you can fill one out. I got 2 this week. And they go out to our prayer partners, there are about 35 people. And you can also, I think we have a form you can put it, or, I know what I was going to say, we have a prayer partner. Mike Carter, great prayers. So if you are in need of love, health, abundance, see Mike after the service, and those prayers will be held in the prayer room or in the library, historical library. Okay. All right, I think we are time for announcements. So we'll invite Ms. Jazwierska.
Thank you, Rick. I'm Jane, and I am part of the team that brings you Amazing Sundays. And I just want to thank everyone who was a part of this. This took many hands and minds and hearts to pull off. So thank you, everyone who was part of it, especially to our amazing speaker and bold tender, Zemirah. And let me tell you, I'm musical guest, so whatever her parents are. It's me. So, thank you, Naomi. In less than a week's notice, she put that together with Daryl. And you're going to hear her with Daryl do a duet in a moment. So thank you, daughter of mine, on Mother's Day for your bravery. I mean it. And for Mother's Day, she got me a big, what was it, a melon? What are they called again? Squishmallows? It's a squishmallow. It's a big huggy thing, Peppa Pig. If anyone knows who Peppa Pig is, it's a little cartoon character, big. So yeah, all right. Now, what I'm here to do very quickly is tell you about what's coming up. So first of all, speakers who are coming up. Next week, May 21, is Spiritual Director Candidate Christina Jones, who's going to be speaking again. So please roll out and get to see her, and we'll stay after for a deep dive with her, if you would like. And then May 28th is Christine, with an E, not Christine Mount. Christine Renee Monks, who's going to join us again. She did an amazing job a couple of months ago, and she's coming back to be with us. A couple of other things. If you know anyone in your world who might be starting a catering business, we have an opening and an amazing opportunity. We have a beautiful chef's commercial kitchen, really. And if someone is willing to do 2 to 3 Sunday lunches for us a month, we give them full-on access for their burgeoning business. And even some really slim space, or if you know someone who simply loves to cook. We are looking for chef spot number 2. We always have 2 chefs going, and we need someone. And Julie, where are you? Are you around still? Oh, she's in the kitchen. She's been helping us for the past few months, and so she's going to take a break because of other things going on in her life. So her husband there, who also helps. Wait, man, thank you so much. So we're filling that spot. So if you know anyone, talk to, Sarma in the back, talk to Rick Stanton in the back, pretty much any of us that you see around. So yay that. We always have integrated yoga that's going to take a summer break, but Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. in this space, we have an amazing yoga class. Roll out for that before it takes a break for the summer. And we also, every Thursday via Zoom, have community connections with Kathy Humphreys. Wave your hand, Kathy. So except for the last Thursday at, as I said, 11 a.m., you can join on Zoom and have an amazing community discussion with folks who have been doing this together for a few years. We are excited to say that we are over 2/3 of the way on that big thermometer raising $100,000. But we need you to get that last third. So know that we are still accepting donations for that. That's going on. Let me see what else we have going on. You'll see in your program, Festival of the Soul, our metaphysical fair that happens every year, Saturday the 20th. And it is going to be so exciting. Mediums, healers, metaphysical vendors, all in one, psychic readers, food, music, fun. Run out for that starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday, May 20th. And Saturday, May 20th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yes. And if you like vibrations and like them getting really loud, join us for a gong bath, which will be May 28th, Sunday. So you can come here and then jump in to the gong bath at 12:30 p.m. with Greg Wilkins right here in this space. And I think that is everything. Rick Kitzman, anything else? No, that's it? All right, and so what I would like to do now is bring up our musicians, and then we'll end with a rousing affirmation from Bob. So thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. For the second song, we're actually going to do a song together and ask you to join us. So this is kind of a combination of second solo as well as a community song. So we're going to ask you to join us on the last couple of verses of You Are My Son. So.
Please don't take my sunshine.
However you plan to grab a hand or two or three, get ready to shout it out. You are my sunshine. You are my sunshine. Because something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's the divine feminine. It's the divine masculine. I feel it in my heart. And I know it. And I am it. And so it is.
I'm going to go eat because I have a Zoom call at 12:30. So. Get to work. I think I'm going to be out of town, but I'll double check. You know, I have to go home for a Zoom call at 12:30.
I have those pies with me.
Okay. Only about 20 minutes. I have to eat quickly and go home for a Zoom call at 12:30.
Okay, well, I'm going to go.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay.
Let me get it.
How are you? Almost nothing with some things 2 years ago. Wow. You know, I never. Been busy. I never galvanized. So I'm getting stuff from them. It's a good reason to come here, you know? Yeah. All right, I'm going to go.